Chicago Sky, y'all stink, bro. Y'all, look, there's trash and then there's trash. You know what I'm saying? But look, man, the Chicago Sky got destroyed by the stud buds. Everybody watches the stud buds. Shout out to Courtney Williams and Tisha Heiderman, man. Listen, stud buds stood on business today. Nafisa Collier stood on business today. They destroyed the Chicago Sky.
Angel Reese just handed out 9 turnovers like over on a giveaway episode. You get a ball. You get a ball. Meanwhile, the stud buds didn't just show up. They showed out, turning according to their own personal comedy club. This wasn't a basketball game. It was completely real and unfolding in real time. If you've ever wondered what happens when confidence crashes headfirst into chaos, this wasn't. A full-on basketball rose, and trust me, the flames are still sizzling at CHATGPT.
He's had 9 turnovers. Listen, y'all got to stop with this point forward foolishness, man. Let's take a look, man. Hold on, man. Y'all be wildin'. Y'all be wildin', son. Bruh, come on, man. Y'all got to stop. Y'all got to stop, yo. Y'all got to stop. You
1 turnover away from a triple-double. You read that right. Angel Reese was teetering on the edge of basketball history, but not the kind you frame or hang in a trophy case. This was the kind you bury under the court and pretend never happened. 9 turnovers. 9. That's not a stat line. That's a confession. She was out there handing the ball over like she was running a nonprofit for struggling defenders. Here, take it. You look like you could use a fast break.
In the entire WNBA and Angel Reese in garbage time. We saw it. Angel Reese last year against the Fever with like 2 minutes to go. She needed to, I think it was like 6 points and 3 rebounds. And she went and caught like 2 rebounds and then immediately goes at Victoria Saxton 3 times in a row.
At this point, the only logical explanation is that the coaching staff isn't on it. This has to be performance art, full-blown satire of team dynamics. Because let's be honest, anytime they try to involve her in real offensive action, the lane turns into a traffic jam that would make Los Angeles blush. You can almost hear the paint screaming, "Make it stop!" every time she plants her feet in there like she's setting up a campfire. And don't even think about it. And roll. The only thing rolling is the ball, straight into the other team's hands.
This is after this opponent gets close to her during a box out, grabs her by her hips, and hip tosses her, throwing her to the ground. She stands up, she walks over to this opponent, bends over, screams in her face, and flips her the double bird. That's the WNBA gold. We're gonna get into it. And the laughter, oh, Angel. Oh, my angel, you're my darling, angel. You've been playing well, Angel. I give it to you. You've been playing well. But every now and then, those stinkers, oh, man.
So, instead of risking a total offensive collapse, they've handed her the honorary title of facilitator, which is adorable if you pretend this is kindergarten and not professional basketball. Facilitator, as in, we don't trust you. You finished, so please just hand it off before disaster strikes. Because if she's not passing, she's breaking. If she's not breaking, she's flailing. And if she's not flailing, she's traveling, both literally and spiritually, somewhere far away from the rim.
Like, there's absolutely no foul in that. She gets a good whistle, jumps up, and then goes at somebody on the other team. Who's she go at? She goes at Diamond Miller, her former Maryland teammate. And, like, Angel's 1 tech off a suspension as well. And is like, anytime anyone gets into it with her, she's straight in their face. And I'm like, I don't mind that, but you just gotta be smart. To be fair, this guy sucks, so you might as well just go and take your I'll say it.
It's not just about bad games anymore. This is starting to feel like the basketball equivalent of government coverage. No one wants to say it out loud, but everyone's thinking Reese is legitimately awful. Not just having a run. 9. Not just a rookie on a learning curve. We're talking, why is she even on the floor often? There are guard gnomes with better scarecrows with more reliable hands. And yet, there she is, clogging up the offense like a shoot-up piece of gum in a vending machine slot. But heaven forbid anyone actually venture, oh no, that would mean admitting defeat. Pulling back the curtain on months of PR fluff. Empty highlight reels. That would be the end of the charade. So instead, we watch her stand at the top of the key, motioning like she's directing traffic, while her teammates cut and duck around her like it's a fire drill. Spoiler alert, she's not setting anything up. The only play she's making is straight for the blooper reel. Sure, the ball's going somewhere, just usually to someone wearing the wrong colored jersey.
When I thought she was turning her season around. Just when I thought Angel Reese was graduating from pretend basketball player to make-believe basketball player, the level where it's almost believable that Angel Reese is a basketball player. Just when I thought Angel Reese would pull through in the clutch and do America a favor. With a win last night against the Minnesota Lynx, Angel Reese would have become the most popular player in the WNBA dump. Well, Casey, that's simply not possible. Caitlin Clark will always be the most popular player in the WNBA.
And the worst part, you can actually see the players adjusting to her limitations in real time. Watch the spacing. Notice how her teammates hesitate to cut toward her. Like they're trying to avoid a black hole. No one wants to be the next. Victim of a wild pass, a late screen, or a surprise dribble off the foot. It's like they're running plays with a live grenade. This isn't chemistry, it's survival. The irony is thick. For all the talk about leadership, grit, and championship DNA, Reese has become the very anchor dragging the team down, and not in a good, stabilizing way. And though we're sinking, nobody knows how to swim away, has it? 9 turnovers are just growing pains, and not a full-on basketball identity crisis. As of standing in the dunker spot while your teammate gets double-team counts in position, and not just being in the way. At this point, the only thing, Reese is facilitating his fast breaks for the other team. She's not a playmaker. She's a plot twist, and not the fun kind.
People are defending this. Let's get into it. Nneka Ogwumike, she gets up, proceeds to get boxed out, unable to move her opponent out of the way. Nneka Ogwumike retaliates, grabs her by the hips, throws her to the floor, stands over her, screams on her, flips her the double bird. Quinterly, Dallas Wings' teammate, being a good teammate, gets in the middle of the two, pushes Nneka out of the way like a good teammate should. Instead of saying, Nneka, come here, let me get you a hug. No, get up off my teammate, girl. Get up off my teammate. Nneka Ogwumike can't let it go.
You know it's bad when opposing teams start baiting her like she's the weak link in the fence. They want her to have the ball. They pray she touches it. You can almost hear the opposing coach on the sideline whispering, let her cook. Knowing full well the dish is raw in the middle, and the kitchen's already on fire. And let's not even get started on transition defense. Watching her hustle back after a turnover is like watching someone try to jog and flip. Sure, there's movement technically, but it's mostly decorative. The body language says it all. Frustration without urgency, intensity without focus, vibes without results. Which brings us back to the coaching staff, because they have to know. You don't stumble into this many offensive blackouts as you think. Yes, more of that, please. This isn't strategy, it's denial. They've chosen the path of least resistance. Use her as a control. Call it development. And pray no one looks too closely at the stat sheet. And yet, the charade goes on. Press conferences full of fake compliments and social media clips, edited in dramatic slow motion that cut just before the turnover.
I'm telling you, with a win last night, Angel Reese would have surpassed the Rue from Waterloo in popularity. Now, I am not saying that her dozens of aliases would have passed Caitlin Clark, but Angel Reese herself, she definitely would have. Going into the game last night, Cheryl Reed, the head coach of the Minnesota Lynx, she told the doofus duo who refer to themselves as stud buds, she told them if they lost this game to the Chicago Bravado, they would no longer be allowed to stream on Twitch.
The whole operation has become a masterclass in selective editing. Frame the narrative just right, and maybe just maybe people will forget the score, or the fact that the team got blown out while their so-called star was busy tripping over her own. Momentum. Meanwhile, the rest of the roster suffered. Players who can shoot, who move with purpose, who actually understand the concept of the shot clock they're being sacrificed in the altar of brand. Protection, because at this point, it's not about winning. It's about avoiding the embarrassment of admitting the mistake. And that's the saddest part. Angel Reese didn't ask to be overhyped. But now, the real triple-double looks more like hype, illusion, and denial. Some of y'all get hypnotized by the box score. You see double-double and suddenly act like she just dropped a 30 points. Triple baked filet making. But if you actually watch the game with your eyes open and your brain engaged, you'd realize what unfolded wasn't dominance. It was chaos, sloppy, unbothered, perfectly marinated chaos. Angel Reese's stat lines are like clickbait headlines, dramatic, colorful, and almost entirely misleading.
As Angel Reese is currently about to be suspended. She has 7 technical fouls on the season. And if this was last season, in a 44-game season, she would have already been suspended. And it is genuinely one of the funny things about this is that Her fans are arguing that none of the texts are warranted. They are all warranted.
Because here's the deal, yes, Angel Reese gets rebounds, but let's be real about how she gets them. Most of the time, it's off her own missed shots. The ones that fall directly back into her arms like the basketball god they're trolling. Self-assisted rebounding should have its own column on the stat sheet. Grabbing an offensive board off your own air ball isn't hustling to just clean up game. That's not dominance. That's janitorial work in a headband. And those points, bless those points, half the time, they come because the team is desperately trying to wedge her into the game plan. It's like watching someone frantically try to shoot a square peg through a round hole. They keep feeding her the ball like she's Shaq, but she finishes like her controller just disconnected. Every shot is a gamble, every possession a minefield. And yet, by sheer volume alone, she'll stumble into 10 points. The ball leaves her hand with optimism of a toddler tossing glitter beautiful in theory. Catastrophic in execution. You can almost hear the opposing defenders whispering, "Thank you," every time she makes another visionary pass straight into traffic.